Have you ever wondered how cartels do more than just deal drugs or smuggle goods? Did you know that some of these secretive networks can actually control markets, influence global trade, and even change the prices of everyday things we buy? It's true, and most people have no idea how deep their reach really goes. In this video, we're going to explore exactly how cartels exploit the stock market and global trade, what sneaky methods they use, and how all of this can affect people like you and me. Have you ever noticed sudden price changes in food, electronics, or even basic goods? Could cartels be behind it? By the end of this video, you'll see the hidden side of our economy and understand why these powerful networks are such a threat to global stability. If you want to uncover the secret world of cartels and learn how they really operate, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the Narco Files so you never miss an eye-opening story. What are cartels? A cartel is a group of companies or organizations that secretly work together to control prices, limit competition, or take over a market. While some cartels are legal, like OPEC, which coordinates oil production to keep prices stable, many operate illegally. Illegal cartels secretly fix prices, control supply, or manipulate markets just to make more money. They are extremely secretive, which makes it very hard for authorities to catch them. The goal of most cartels is simple: maximize profits, even if it hurts regular people, small businesses, or entire economies. Their actions can make everyday goods more expensive, create shortages, and even influence global trade and financial markets. Ordinary consumers might not notice it at first, but the effects are everywhere. From the price of food to the cost of electronics or investments, understanding how cartels operate is the first step to protecting ourselves and recognizing the hidden forces behind our economy. How cartels manipulate the stock market. The stock market is one of the most powerful tools in the world of finance, but it is also very vulnerable to manipulation. Cartels can take advantage of this by carefully planning when to buy and sell shares to control stock prices. For example, they might buy large amounts of a company's stock to make it appear more valuable than it really is. This can trick regular investors into buying, thinking it's a safe investment. Later, the cartel may sell those shares at a higher price, causing the stock to crash and leaving everyday investors with heavy losses. Cartels can also spread false news, rumors, or misleading reports about a company to influence how people invest. These actions are illegal in most countries, but cartels are very skilled at hiding their moves. Their control over the stock market can have serious effects on regular people and the economy. Influence on global trade. Global trade depends on goods moving smoothly from one country to another. But cartels can take advantage of this system by controlling the supply of important products. They might create artificial shortages or limit access to key goods, which allows them to raise prices far above normal. This kind of manipulation happens in many industries, such as agriculture, metals, and electronics, where a cartel can control production, exports, or distribution. For instance, imagine a cartel controlling avocado exports from a major producing country. They could restrict supply to make prices skyrocket in international markets. These actions don't just affect the trade industry. They ripple through entire economies. Prices of everyday items rise, inflation increases, and consumers end up paying more for basic goods. Even businesses can struggle when costs go up suddenly. Understanding how cartels manipulate global trade helps us see the hidden forces that impact the prices of the things we buy every day. Methods cartels use to exploit markets. Cartels use many sneaky strategies to take control of both financial markets and global trade. One common tactic is price fixing, where members secretly agree to sell a product at the same price instead of competing. This removes competition and allows them to raise prices artificially, making everyday goods more expensive for consumers. Another method is bid rigging, which often happens in government contracts or large projects. In this case, cartels manipulate the bidding process to ensure they win and make maximum profits, while honest competitors are left out. In the stock market, cartels use tricks like pump and dump schemes, insider trading, and spreading false reports to influence share prices. For example, they might make a stock look valuable to attract investors, then sell their shares for a huge profit, leaving ordinary investors with heavy losses. By combining control over both goods and financial markets, cartels can generate massive profits without anyone noticing. Their operations are secretive and complex, which makes it extremely difficult for authorities to trace or stop them. Understanding these tactics helps us see how cartels quietly shape prices, trade, and investments around the world. Real-world examples. Cartel manipulation isn't just something you read about in theory. It happens in real life, and its effects are felt by millions of people. Take agriculture, for example. Some cartels have been caught controlling the prices of everyday products like sugar, coffee, and grains. By controlling how much is produced or exported, they can make prices go up, affecting the cost of food for ordinary families around the world. In financial markets, cartels have used illegal trading rings to inflate stock prices or manipulate currency markets. They make stocks look more valuable than they really are, tricking investors into buying, only to later crash the market and take huge profits for themselves. Even major pharmaceutical companies have faced allegations of cartel-like behavior when setting prices for essential drugs, making life-saving medicines more expensive and less accessible. These examples show just how far cartel influence can reach. It isn't limited to one industry or country. From the food we eat to the investments we make, and even the medicine we need, cartels quietly shape the economy around us. Understanding these real-world examples helps us see the hidden forces that impact prices, trade, and financial markets every day. Impact on consumers and businesses. One of the clearest ways cartels affect people is by making everyday goods more expensive. When cartels control the supply of products or manipulate markets, prices go up, and regular families feel the impact immediately. Things like food, household items, or even electronics can suddenly cost much more, making it harder for people to afford what they need. Small businesses also suffer because the cost of raw materials rises, leaving them with smaller profits or forcing them to raise prices for customers. The effects aren't limited to goods. In financial markets, ordinary investors can lose large amounts of money if a cartel manipulates stock prices or spreads false information. This creates unfair advantages for the cartels while hurting those who play by the rules. Cartel activity also discourages fair competition, making it more difficult for honest companies to succeed. Beyond money, cartels erode trust. People start to question whether markets are fair and whether governments can protect them. Secretive networks quietly influencing prices and supply chains show that the economy is not always what it seems. Understanding this helps us see why cartels are such a hidden but powerful threat to everyday life. Efforts to combat cartel activity. Governments and international organizations know that cartels are a serious threat, and they have put laws and agencies in place to fight them. Rules like antitrust laws, trade regulations, and financial oversight are designed to detect and punish cartel activity. Agencies such as the U.S. Department of Justice, the European Commission, and even the United Nations constantly monitor markets and trade practices for any signs of manipulation. These organizations work to keep markets fair and protect everyday consumers and investors from being exploited. Despite these efforts, cartels are very clever. They often find new ways to hide their actions, making it difficult for authorities to catch them. They use secret deals, fake companies, and complicated financial tricks to stay under the radar. This means enforcement is always a challenge, and regulators have to adapt constantly. The fight against cartels relies on collaboration between countries, stronger regulations, and advanced technology to track suspicious financial transactions. Understanding how authorities work to stop cartels helps us see the scale of the problem and the effort it takes to keep markets and trade fair. Even though cartels are powerful, knowledge, vigilance, and cooperation are key tools in reducing their impact. How individuals can protect themselves. It might feel like there's nothing individuals can do to fight against global cartels, but there are actually steps that both consumers and investors can take to protect themselves. For investors, it's important to diversify your investments, meaning don't put all your money into one stock or market. Avoid chasing trends or hype in the stock market, and be careful if prices suddenly seem too high or too low. These simple habits can reduce the risk of losing money if cartels manipulate stocks or financial markets. For everyday consumers, staying aware is just as important. Supporting ethical businesses and companies that operate transparently can help reduce the power of cartels. Keep an eye on market trends and be cautious when prices change drastically, as this can sometimes be a sign of manipulation. The more informed you are about global trade and how markets work, the better prepared you'll be to make smart financial choices. Ultimately, knowledge and vigilance are your best tools. While cartels are powerful and hidden, understanding their tactics and being careful with your spending and investments can help you navigate a world where secretive networks quietly influence prices and trade every day. So now you know that cartels are much more than criminal gangs. They are powerful networks that can control global trade and even manipulate financial markets. Have you ever thought about how this affects your everyday life? From the price of food to the value of investments, their reach can touch all of us. Governments and international organizations are working hard to fight these hidden threats. But the first step is awareness. By understanding how cartels operate and the risks they bring, we can protect ourselves and support fair, transparent markets. Isn't it crazy to think that so much of our economy could be influenced behind the scenes? If you want to keep uncovering the secret world of cartels and learn more about how they really work, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the Narco Files, and share it with your friends. Knowledge is power, and together we can stay informed and see the truth behind the headlines.